Game Breaker TV.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to GuildCast, episode number 36 for August 15, 2012. You're watching Game Breaker TV. I'm Gary Gannon. Today, we're almost there. The home stretch, people. You can almost smell it. Blizzard is giving the finger to ArenaNet. And stress, test, all that and more, plus your viewer questions. But first, the one and the only Mr. Scott Hawks.
Hello! We've just got one more after this one to launch.
Oh my god, is there another one?
One more.
One more.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
All right, not even talk about it. And it's Elizabeth. And it's Richard Procopio.
Howdy.
And it's the four of us.
It is.
All right, so there was just a stress test today. And now you're informing me that there's another. I'm so out of the loop. I don't even know. What do you guys think? Oh, I thought you guys were saying that there's another stress test coming up before.
No.
No, there's one more GuildCast before launch.
Oh,
Is what I thought we were communicating. Is that what we were
That's what I
saying?
was saying,
I thought
yeah.
that's
I
what we
don't
were
know.
saying.
I'm on another
I was like,
planet.
well, I have been to the bathroom the last 10 minutes. There might have been another one in there.
That's true.
That's what I mean. Like I totally you said it, and it's just like every 30 minutes there's a new post, and hey, we're doing a stress test in about 4 minutes. You guys might show up. It's gonna last about 26 minutes, and then it'll be over with. All right, see you tomorrow. How was the stress test today? Did you guys stress it?
A little bit.
How's the Guardian?
Guardians, well.
No nerf?
Vanishing out of existence. No.
And it doesn't need one.
No, it doesn't need one. Why would you even bring up the matter?
Needs a nerf.
No, it was good. And they were asking people to go to specific zones to stress them more and stuff. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
What were you guys doing? You were being asked to go to specific zones in the stress test to kind of bottleneck it?
Yeah, for the last one was the last 5 minutes on ours, and it was, could you all come over to Divinity's Reach and join us so we can put some extra stress on here and have fun and cast stuff and things.
How did that work out?
It's fine, actually. Yeah, no problem at all.
Nothing broke?
There's just loads of people running through Lion's Arch up to the Azura Gate to get to Divinity's Reach. It was quite fun.
How was the frame rate?
For me, it was lusciously smooth.
Sweet.
Luscious frame rate.
Richie, did you get in there at all?
Yeah, I played today, and I played the Go Here game. It was fun. See everybody just stand in a circle and cast spells. And I thought, like Scott said, the frame rate was actually pretty decent for the number of people that were in these places. So I did have one problem where I got kicked out. Obviously, that happens a lot. But whereas in a previous test, I actually had to do a repair on my files, and I actually had to change the shortcut and put a minus repair on it and actually get that to run. This time when I crashed out and they wanted to do something, when I went to log back in, it actually said, we have detected some sort of issue. Please, do you want to try to repair your files now? So it was actually automated. So I thought that was really good. So I actually had to repair to get back in one time today.
How about you, Liz? You get any time in today?
I got no time in today.
Neither did I. It's 2-on-2
the first stress
over here.
test I haven't been able to do any of, which is sad.
So, all right. So we have one more GuildCast before launch. We haven't heard any more stress test, right? No, nothing's happened in the past since I last asked about 3 minutes ago. Nothing's come through.
Yeah, not since.
Not
then.
that we know
check
of.
Facebook.
Okay.
Chat room, check Facebook and get back to us.
I would. You guys think that there's going to be another one? I think there's going to be for sure. I think.
Sure.
It's like every day at this point. Why not?
Yeah.
You never expect the Spanish Inquisition, but you can expect a stress test.
Yeah.
They're just coming thick and fast now. So.
All right. So launch is what? 10 days away. We're 10 days away from launch. I mean, if you pre-purchased, I'm going to assume 99% of the people watching this show have not. I don't know what you're doing here, but there's probably better things to do. So So we're super, super close. Liz, you look a little excited.
Just a little bitty.
What do you guys think? Has anything changed in the past few weeks with the stress tests and stuff about what you guys want to roll or anything like that in first day? Or is it everybody pretty much nailed down at this point?
I've changed my mind, actually.
Yeah, what are you going?
Really?
Yeah, I have. I was going to go Sylvari Guardian. I'm going to go. I might go Human Guardian instead.
Cool.
Well, why the big why the flip flop there, huh? Why you backing out on the Sylvari, buddy?
I love the Sylvari, but just for the Guardian, I was preferring the way the Human Guardian. I mean,
You
of course, there's
racist? You gotta
absolutely
stick
no
up your
difference,
ass?
really.
What?
No, the Sylvari.
Wait, we
has
can
to
say
stick up
that?
its ass.
No, I did, but no.
Dang it.
Well, if he did, then he would. If he did have that up there, then he would be a Sylvari.
See what I did there?
I saw what you did there.
All right, so you're changing. I still don't know what I'm gonna roll. I think I'm gonna roll a Norn, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe a Thief. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rolling extra character slots. I think is basically what's going to happen.
I keep changing too. I'm nailed down on the warrior right now, but I can't decide between Norn and Human for the race. I'm thinking Norn too, Gary.
Yeah, nice. We'll go hang out in the snow. Frolic.
right.
Screw these pansy boys over here. They're tree branches.
Yes, while you two
Frolic?
are frolicking in the
We'll
snow.
frolic and
accusing us of being pansies. Is that what you're saying?
kegs. What I did there? All right, so
Men.
Head Start officially kicking off at midnight is what they're saying, Pacific on the 25th. That's 8 a.m. in the UK. But that's a very big but, isn't it, Mr. Hawks?
You saying I got a big butt?
No, I wasn't trying to do that. See, that time I was laying off it. I was being serious.
Well, she thinks so. No, we might
lost
be
on us.
getting in a bit earlier, which is nice. I like the idea of earlier.
What's
I
the...
do.
So ArenaNet came out and posted this. They said, however, please note that in order to ensure that we're fully prepared for that fateful hour, we may be bringing up servers online for up to 3 hours prior. Talk about screwing around with our launch party, ArenaNet. Really? Like, what do we do? It's like, oh, let's have a party at 7, and then we'll do that for an hour, and then, I don't know, we'll make margaritas and sit for the next couple hours and wait for...
This makes me wonder if they're not going to like have an official time that they open up a character creator that you can't actually go online with, but because, up to 3 hours early, if you're European, it's kind of sucky because, I mean, it's getting up at 5 a.m. versus 8 a.m. and maybe not actually doing anything at 5 a.m. So I wonder if they'll be like, hey, 6 hours or however many hours before we're officially opening up for character creation, and then you can log in up to 3 hours early. Is something I would maybe expect to hear after that sort of thing.
Our producer actually put a note right in the notes here that says, screw you, ArenaNet, for making me wake up at 5 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. Why do you think you're doing this like huge window? I don't know if I've ever seen an MMO release where they've just been like, all right, officially it's 12, but I don't know, we may open it up 3 hours early. You've got you might want to come out and spam F5 for like 3 hours because that's all anyone's gonna do is be like, is it up? Is it up? Is it up? Is it up? Now we have to do a launch party at 7
Yeah,
all the way up to midnight. If it doesn't open, we just gotta sit around and be like, hey, you win.
You got vamp.
So
It'll just be like a live running commentary on whether or not the servers are up.
Yeah, F5. Hitting F5. I'll get a webcam just on F5 and you see my finger.
Yeah. They've actually kind of trained us about this, though, because a lot of the beta weekends, the people that have been hitting that button early have actually been rewarded with getting in early, and we're like, what? We can get in? It's hours early. So they've actually started training us. The only thing I could think is, if you know for sure that it's going to be live at an exact minute, you're just going to have everyone at the same time hitting it. When it's this kind of flux time window thing, then you're going to stagger people logging in.
Let's be honest.
So.
No, I don't think so either. Let's be honest. So unless they're like opening it up geographically to different areas for people like to somehow get in, 8 o'clock. Everybody's just sitting there waiting for that second, and then everybody's gonna be hammering their servers like nonstop to try and find out when that thing's going live.
Yeah,
but
because
it's not like there's much anticipation for this at all. So as soon as you say it might be 3 hours early,
Right.
everybody's like, I'm going on 3 hours earlier and then sitting there. So we could have a launch show, and we'll start, oh yay, it's gonna go, and either it launches then or 2.5 hours later we're going. So are they up yet? Can we start now?
Yeah.
If you pinpoint an exact minute, you guarantee everyone will be there that minute. If you do it this way, there's going to be some people that go up for a hot pocket at the exact moment it launches. Some people said, screw this.
Yeah.
So it will stagger it somewhat.
Do you think maybe they're doing this so they'll flip them on 3 hours early, more than likely is what I'm thinking. And if they run into like error 57 trouble like Blizzard did, they at least have 3 hours to kind of like straighten everything out and fix it and be like, hey, shut up. We said midnight. We didn't say, 8. We did open up at 8 and we had some problems, but we fixed it by midnight. And they just figured like 3 hours is enough of a window to fix any problems. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, because if you look at their beta tests and stuff, it's normally they have like an hour or two of login difficulties and then they put in a patch and everything's great. So doing it that way could make sure that the actual official launch is much smoother because they have time to get a patch out before things go bad.
Which is kind of smart. I mean, that's pretty good because I mean, every MMO launch has its issues. I mean, every hardcore MMO player knows. Expect to be spamming F5 for a while, sitting in login queues normally. Hopefully not this time for with the overflow system. But I don't know. There's also a server list up. ArenaNet have officially released the server list for launch this week. Super important for guilds and communities to check that out. We've got it up on Gamebreaker TV if you want to find it. I'm sure it's over on the ArenaNet blog and everywhere else on the interwebs. A lot of people have been asking, we should just say this now, I guess, on the show, Scott. A lot of people asking you about an official guild, official Gamebreaker guild, and I think you might want to address that.
Hello, everybody who's been asking about... Hi! People who've been asking about the official Gamebreaker guild, just to clarify those questions. There isn't one. We won't be having an official guild. What you can do is go to the Gamebreaker forums and check out there. Triple B, who are a wonderful bunch of people from the community and have been involved with Gamebreaker for quite some time, are going to be setting up a guild. You can find out where they're going to be from them. See you out there.
And how come you're not doing a guild? You hate the community?
Yeah. What? No! It's because I want to play the game. I really want to actually play it for a while. I might do a guild eventually, but not at launch.
All right, so no official Gamebreaker guild. Go over to the Gamebreaker forums. There is a long-standing guild that's been following the Gamebreaker community for a really long time called the Triple B. They're the fan community. I don't even know. Is there like a running tally list of how strong that guild's going to be? Because, I mean, it's been a few hundred in most other games that they've...
It's big.
It's very big.
It's going to be very big, yeah.
It's very big. It's very big. Are you going to join the Triple B, or you hate people that much, Scott?
Oh, that'd be nice. I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I probably will. Yeah.
All right, let me tell you about an amazing deal we got going on with Netflix. You guys have not checked out. Go over to netflix.com/GamebreakerTV. Sign up for their free 30-day trial. You're going to have hours hitting F5. What do you want to do? You want to watch some Netflix. You just bring it up on your monitor right next to Guild Wars 2, on launch night. Watch some Breaking Bad. Watch some Doctor Who. Maybe watch some Ancient Aliens. Probably get in a couple episodes of that. You have something there, Scott?
No, I was just saying, watch Doctor Who, because if you watch that, it's good and it's better than bloody Ancient Aliens. And also, it means that there's 3 hours worth of material there, but if it starts up early, you can always stop it early.
See that? We've just given you something to do.
There you go.
Slamming F5. Watching Doctor Who.
I like it.
Check it out. Go over to netflix.com/GamebreakerTV. Sign up for the free 30-day trial. It's for the streaming service. It's absolutely free for 30 days. If you don't like it, you can cancel anytime before the 30 days are up. If you like it, you love it, you want to keep it, it's $8 a month after that. You can stream to your PS3, your iPad, your iPhone, your Xbox, all that good stuff, including your desktop. Bunch of good anime on there. There's controversy about the anime stuff on Netflix, but I'm not a hardcore anime fan, but it's on there, so I like to watch it. So I watch it. What do I got here? This is telling me to watch Zeitgeist. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's about a corporations basically running the world from the background stuff.
Sounds perfect. Stephen Hawking into the
You'd love
universe.
it.
You can kind of tell what I watch. You can kind of tell what I watch. There's Sherlock. I don't know. Rocky. There we
Great,
go. Pacino.
Sherlock's great.
Sherlock's amazing.
All this good stuff. Check it out. Go over netflix.com/GameBreakerTV. All right, so in hilariously predictable news this week.
Oh man.
Yeah, how amazing was this? Blizzard have done it again. Not to disappoint, August 28th is the day that Guild Wars 2 officially launches, and that is the same day that the huge, like 5-6 gig Mists of Pandaria patch that sets everything up for MOP, revamps the talent trees, destroys Theramore, everything else.
Wasn't doing anything, I promise.
You look tired. You look like you're falling asleep.
Nope, not me.
You don't like pandas, do you?
I love pandas.
Do you really?
I love pandas.
You like fluffy pandas?
I like fluffy pandas.
Blizzard has announced that they are going to be dropping their Mists of Pandaria patch on the same day as Guild Wars 2 is launching. So, I don't know. Blizzard usually does things like this. Anyone, raise your hand if anyone saw that coming. You guys all expect on the day of? I don't know if I expect the day of. I hadn't really put the dates together and hadn't really thought that much about it, but you thought so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday, it's a month before launch.
Yep.
It's the Tuesday of the month before launch of Mists. There you go. Those Blizzard. Oh, you Blizzard.
Oh, you.
What?
I mean, Blizzard does this. We at one point, I forget where we were on Legendary. We were tracking the dates of when they release stuff, and it's like almost every big major MMO release, they do some kind of major push, major patch content update, expansion, something within usually a week, a few weeks right around there. But I don't know. I can't remember if there's been any on the exact day of it. I'm sure there has been. I mean, it's a great strategy, right? I mean, they're fighting for your time. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's not going to affect Guild Wars 2. But you know what? It's not going to affect anyone watching this show, because if you're watching this show, you're probably pretty much sold that you're waiting for Guild Wars 2, right? But I bet you there's a lot of people out there that, like, on that night, they're fighting. They're trying to get your time, right? I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
If they cast doubt for like 2 seconds, maybe you're going to just go play MOP.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're simply trying to make sure that the people who are WoW fans, especially, who've been waiting for something new to do since last November, have something new to do on the same day that the biggest rival of certainly, at least this year, is coming out officially. Although most people are, let's face it, are only going to start a few days early. But yeah, it's absolutely... It just makes sense.
I mean, that's the thing. There's got to be, you know, like I said, not this community, obviously, but there's got to be a portion of the community out there that might be kind of on the fence a little bit. And they're sort of going like, oh, maybe I'll play Guild Wars 2. And they've been thinking about Guild Wars 2 because they want something new. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, maybe I'll play MOP. And I don't know. So, Richie, you had something?
You can't fault them for doing something like this. I mean, they have a business. They want to run it. They want to make money. You know, companies do this kind of thing all the time. This is a little blatant, but I don't think you can fault them. And you know, it's just something that's going to do, and it will have some sort of impact. I'm sure, like you said, that there are players that are on the fence, or players that are really looking forward to, like, you know, getting back into a raid schedule and stuff like that. And there's really nothing to do in World of Warcraft right now. So here, let's give them something to do that'll try to hold them over till when MOP comes out. So yeah, it's some people it will have an impact.
Elizabeth, you're going to be rolling a monk, I presume.
Oh yeah, absolutely, day one.
Okay, just checking.
A fluffy panda monk.
A fluffy panda monk, Norn, frolicking, throwing kegs. All right, viewers,
so
what do you guys?
confused
What's that, Liz?
I said I'm so confused now.
It's all right. The show's always confusing. What do we do? Viewers, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of World of Warcraft dropping the mop patch on the same day? Are you guys gonna be playing Guild Wars 2 or mop? I actually looked over in chat, and I know you probably think in your head I just asked that question. You're like, of course we're all gonna play Guild Wars 2, Gary. And I looked over and I'm watching chat room, and I saw some people going like, I'm actually gonna play World of Warcraft. So people are out there, man. It's like a lot of people are really looking forward to mop. The best thing I like about this launch though, it's like it's so great. Like again, is because no subscription fee on Guild Wars 2 just doesn't even make me have to like question. I'm just gonna play both.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that putting it on the exact date actually, it doesn't work for everybody because, like, for me, I've been subscribed to World of Warcraft since day one. I've been playing since original beta. I got excited about every single one of these patches before the expansion, played in those events and stuff like that. But having this date, like, on the launch day of Guild Wars 2, where I'm already going to be, heavily playing the days previous, I don't feel like when I get my time at night after the kids are in bed, which game I'm going to play, I don't see myself logging into WoW for this. So there's going to be players like me who are, friendly to both games, who are probably not going to jump into World of Warcraft because of the date is so matched up so closely.
Richie Procopio is racist against pandas. It's just coming out. Thank you, sir.
I hate those fluffy little things.
All right, this next segment is brought to you by, drum roll please.
That was terrible.
It was terrible on all of us. We all failed the drum roll. But
Yeah, well.
this next segment is actually brought to you by, drum roll please, no, just kidding, guildhead.com. What? What is that,
Really?
you say?
Yes.
You don't even know what it is because it doesn't exist yet. But you know what? I may or may not have an exclusive look preview video coming out on Gamebreaker tomorrow of Guildhead.
Wow.
You guys know what Wowhead is? Of course you do. You played World of Warcraft. You know what Wowhead is? All right, you can put 2 and 2 together. It's coming.
Yes.
It's freaking awesome. I was playing with it today, and I'll have a video for you guys tomorrow. Exclusive look. So, all right, bajillion of stress tests. We talked about this earlier. How many has it been now since last week? Is anybody keeping up? It's been 4 since last show, right?
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and today.
I don't know. It all blurs together.
It really does.
How many? All right, so you got in today, Scott. Did you play in all of them?
Yes. For only some of them only very briefly, but yeah, I got to at least a little bit in all of them.
How about you guys? Everybody get into most of them? I jumped in I think I jumped in at least 2 of them, but it was like kind of briefly, just kind of running around. I'm at the point now where I'm not doing anything serious. Like I'm just like, oh, maybe I'll go do a PvP match, or maybe I'll just stand around in the mists and cast spells.
That's right.
Pretty much.
It's stress testing.
Yeah, I kind of figure if I'm logged in and I'm just like making sparklies, like at least I'm doing something, right? At least I'm stressing.
Yeah.
How many more?
The Heart of the Mist really was just full of people just doing combos and casting into each other non-stop for like, especially for that hour-long one. Just lots of people standing in the mist going,
Actually, I was just looking over at chat, and I actually did do a lot of exploring. I had not. This was not today's, but the previous one. I did a full, thorough Lion's Arch run through for once, which I hadn't done before. I kind of was trying to save it, but that didn't happen. So it's a pretty interesting layout.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The diving board, you go diving and all that crap. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, some of the points of interest there are really hard to figure out how to get to them. It's like there's so many different levels and bridges and different things. You just look and you're like, I have no idea how to get there. It's really awesome town.
Are you guys noticing like a stress test to stress test like improvement, or are you seeing major changes? Are you feeling any changes?
There was the one stress test where basically the entire, basically the most of it was spent rubber banding.
Oh yes,
Constantly.
I had that same
All you
problem.
do-
Yeah.
I was doing a jump puzzle, and I jumped, and then the thing that was supposed to be below me wasn't there anymore, and that was kind of awkward. And then I was going, oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm back on the ledge that was before it.
So bad.
What's going on?
It was so bad.
Yeah,
I
it was
believe-
really rough.
I believe Michael Bryan posted on Reddit in response to that, said that there was some problem with some sort of internet provider to the servers that they were working on. So there was actually a reason that specifically was happening.
Yeah, which is, I think, kind of why they had, wasn't it, the next test was the 1 hour test, just to make sure that, like, that wasn't an ongoing problem. So, but yeah, that was horrible.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I was standing in the mist, and somebody's pet, just like bear thing, just kept like running at me. And I wouldn't move, and I was like, I'm just gonna stand here and see how long this actually goes on for. And it was like incredibly long. It was like minutes, and it would just keep going and keep going and keep going. Anybody notice anything with frame rates, anything like that, getting better, getting worse, or just any other overall notice improvements? Pretty
Still
solid.
changing. Non-performance wise, they're still changing things. Like I noticed today that all of the cultural armor sets all the prices were slashed. We're slashing prices. They went way down on those. So they are still tweaking some things. I know Warriors had one of their shouts replaced with something else. So they are tweaking things. I think one of the conditions got altered as well. Right, the vulnerability condition used to subtract defense from the opponent. Now it just does base damage increase to that target, incoming damage increase by 1% per stack. So they are definitely tweaking some things. Performance-wise, it seems as sturdy as it has been. Besides the stress test stuff that you can expect.
All right, you can expect probably about 13 more stress tests before next GuildCast. I'm sure that's probably the number officially coming in is 13, and. I expect Guardian to be in every one.
You should. Just going to happen, so you might as well expect it.
All right, let's do some viewer questions. First up, we got a video question. If you guys want to send in a video question, please send it to submit@gamebreaker.tv. We love video questions, and you can also keep an eye on our Facebook page where we ask for questions, and Twitter. You can also send your questions to submit at Gamebreaker TV as well. So, but video questions are kick butt. All right, we got a video question. Be good if we had some sound, though. Hang on a second. Volume always usually helps with stuff like this.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Hey, GuildCast. My name's Mitch. My problem would be that sometimes it's hard for me to see the red AoE circles because I'm colorblind. I think ArenaNet should put in a way to change the colors of those circles, or maybe even a colorblind mode.
All right, good question. This is in some games overlooked, some not. So if you couldn't hear him, it's a little hard to hear, a lot of noise there. But Mitch is colorblind, and he has a really hard time seeing the red circles on the ground. Should ArenaNet, put a colorblind mode or something, a way to change the colors in Guild Wars 2? I mean, I think if any of us say no,
We're jerks.
Yeah, I mean, how much of a jerk could you be? No. Screw you, Mitch. Learn to play.
Color.
That is so sad.
No, they absolutely should.
Stop
Yeah, they
sucking,
should.
Mitch. Sucks to be colorblind.
I'm so angry. Why can't we all just get along?
No, I mean,
Seriously, though.
I guess I could see. What do you want? I mean, of course they should.
Yes.
I don't know what it entails that they would do this. I mean, a lot of other games already have this. Some don't. I don't know. They can't make it mandatory. I don't want to say the question is like, should MMOs be mandatory to be colorblind? And you can't say yes. I mean, you can't force them to do it. But you think this is something that if we don't see it at launch, they'll maybe see it down the road?
Yeah,
I would expect so.
Yeah, this is something that they can and should put in at some point. It's up to like 10% of males have some degree of colorblindness. So we're not talking about a small number of people. It's definitely a prevalent issue, and some games will. I think one of the big issues in this is the three teams in World versus World. You have red and green being two of the teams. So if you're on blue team, it's going to be harder to discern which color opponent you're actually facing. So I would think this was something that they would look at post launch. I think they've said that they are looking into it, but we don't have any details of that, and it's not in the game currently, unfortunately.
Liz, what do you think ArenaNet should do for the colorblind pansies out there who can't see red?
You're such a jerk. There are a lot of options, whether it's even just like changing the thickness of the lines of the different, whether it's enemy or not, even though that would... please don't call them pansies. That makes me sad. I spent 10 hours in like diversity and inclusivity training today, so hearing you being a jerk just sets off all these red flags. I'm sad. I'm so upset.
I'm burning red flags right now. No, I think we'll probably see this. They seem like the type of company too that would get on something like this. I wonder what percentage of the community you think is probably colorblind? What did you say? Males like 10% have 13.
10%.
Wow, that's high. That's a lot of players. They should get on that. Maybe they should see that stack. Scott actually sees like a dog sees. So I don't know if they could fix that, but I don't really know what a dog sees. But I know Scott's got that problem.
I can't look up.
I thought that was pigs.
Oh, it's pigs?
I couldn't, like...
All right. Next up, this one from Tiago Lamelas. Tiago asks, do you think that in later parts of the game, like Ore, for example, it will be harder to get gold medals in the dynamic events? I found that it was really easy to get gold, and I actually got bronze in some events I didn't even participate in just by passing by. Wow, that's a little lame.
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh, really? Is it that? It's that widespread?
There was an escort quest, and they just went past me while I was doing something else. And then about like a few minutes later, I just, bronze, you've succeeded. I went, oh, thanks.
That's a little lame.
Went about my day.
What do you think?
Yeah,
you think that that's an oversight? Do you think it's just like a tuning thing? Do you think we'll see that in game, or? I don't want stuff just thrown at me. Like I don't want to just run by and like, oh, you got a medal.
Yeah, but it might be a little awkward for those sort of quests where they're going to take it from sort of like proximity and things like that, and especially with so many people around, that sort of thing might just be an unfortunate side effect of that. I mean, it might just be really difficult to make it so. Well, you only you've got to be within this area, and we've got to get the math right on how much you've contributed, even though. We can't. There might be random mobs around that are going involved, so it's going to be difficult to track what you're doing with them as they're going past, rather than spawn mobs. So it's going to be difficult, perhaps, to track it that way. So if they're doing it from proximity, then yeah, you're going to have that sort of thing.
See, I don't look at the medal system as something that should be hard to do. It's really just there so that people are contributing at some level so that you can get rewarded for actually participating. But if you're there the full time and you're an appropriate level and can actually do damage to things and you're present, you should be getting gold medal. It shouldn't actually be something that it's very difficult to achieve within that event. It's just that system, you're making sure that you're actually contributing, not just standing there like twiddling your thumbs. And the other thing it does is, if you're extremely low level and you're running into events where you can't, you're doing glancing blow after glancing blow, you're going to get a lower medal reward. But you shouldn't be looking at something like, oh, that was so easy to get that gold medal, as much as the event was challenging, fun, and engaging, and because of that, I got the full reward.
And to directly go back to the question that the viewer asked, if it might be that because Ore is looks like it's going to be quite a different experience, that they can control the sort of parameters within which they're earned, so perhaps they could make it a little harder. But I mean, from what we've experienced, remember we're at lower levels mainly, most of it is easier than what we're going to experience as we go up, so I'm not too worried about that. And also, if you get a bronze award and you haven't done that much, is it really that much of a problem? It's not like you're going to get a huge advantage that you wouldn't otherwise or something. It's not like you can, bronze medal farm or something.
Well, I'm wondering why they're throwing them at you, though. Liz, what do you think? I mean, do you think that they're maybe throwing the bronze medals at you kind of like somewhat easy to make you realize, hey, there's something over here that you might want to participate in that would entice you to then go for the gold medal?
Yeah, and I feel like they want to make sure that if they're going to not be spot on exactly rewarding contribution, they would rather be more lenient with it, because the last thing you want is for someone to pitch in, even if they were only able to run in for the last couple mobs or whatever, and not get a medal for it. So I feel like they're kind of erring on the side of caution there as far as making sure that, yeah, it is a lot more accessible, because maybe you haven't done dynamic events before, so you run through one and you throw a random thing at a mob, or you're actually just running along an escort, and then you're like, oh, I got rewarded for that, so if I intentionally interact with them, maybe I'll get more rewards. So hopefully that's where that's going.
All right, next up, this one from John Livingston. John says, I guess he's asking original Guild Wars players on the panel, what area would you like to see ArenaNet expand into in the first expansion? Yes, I've run out of content already. Tra-la-la-la-la. All right, Richie. What would you like to see?
I'd like them to go to Alona and an expansion. I'd like them to see the Desolation, which is just this huge poisonous desert, and the sand is made of sulfur, and people can't even step there. And in Guild Wars 1, you actually took over these huge sandworms, and actually that was your way of traversing it. I'd like to see what they did with it in Guild Wars 2. See how they would actually, implement that. Be cool.
Liz?
I'd like to go somewhere we've never been before. There's so much of the map that we haven't seen that I think it'd be really cool to start it off by going somewhere else. Failing that, I'd like to go to Alona.
Mr. Hawks?
I want to go off completely somewhere, as Elizabeth says, somewhere completely new. The Crystal Desert, because it's just, you can see it, and it's going to be annoying because it's just, you can see it, but you can't get to it. So that's going to be the one, because it's going to have changed a lot over its history, and also it's the one that's probably the closest bit of geography that you can see but you can't actually get to. So that'll probably be one of the first ones to open.
I want to go somewhere new as well.
I don't know. I feel we've been there before.
Oh, you have, sir. You have. All right. Last up from Kyle Fox. Kyle says, what do we not know and really want to? What do we not know and really want to?
When precisely in the 3-hour window the game's actually going to go live?
Oh,
Good
that's a
point.
Good one. Good one. Good one.
That is what I want to know.
That's a good one. Scott, how about you?
That question's blown my mind. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep now. I'm going to question everything. Meaning of life. I mean, I'd like to know that, but don't know.
Richie?
I don't know. How about... Yeah, that.
What a way to end on a down note.
Hey, I thought of a question.
Days quick. That's what I want to know.
Richie Procopio, follow him on the Twitter as Richie Procopio, and go over to YouTube. Bog Otter is the YouTube channel. Go over to Bog Otter and check out all his fantastic stuff. And make sure you go check out his piece today on Gamebreaker TV about why it's so important about what race you're going to pick in Guild Wars 2.
That's right.
Elizabeth Claire, follow her on the Twitter at Elizabeth Claire. You can go over to massively.com all day, every day to see her amazing write-ups over there. And she's not like me, and she's not a jerk. And Scott Hawks is a jerk. You can follow him on the Twitter at Jaramore.
And over at zam.com.
Zam.com, Sean Connery says. He says zam.com.
Yeah, sure, go to zam.com.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to cuddle with Ritlock.
Obviously. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Gary Gannon, and you can follow Gamebreaker TV at Gamebreaker TV. We do the show live every single Wednesday at 6, and we have GuildCast, the PvP and Theory Crafting show at 8. And we got a new website coming. We're going to have a launch party. Mark your calendars for the 25th. I guess we're going to start at, like, I don't know, 7. I don't know.
6 in the afternoon.
Yeah, let's just start at, like, 1:30.
We'll be so ready.
Yeah, 1:33, I
we'll
think,
be
should be
here
where
in
he's
our
at.
sleeping bags, just in case.
Yeah, it's like sleeping out
be
for
a
a
long night.
concert. Who knows? I don't know what we're going to do for all those hours. Maybe now I don't even think we should plan anything. Just show up. We'll have fun. I'll order the pizza. I'll bring some beers.
Cool.
And we'll have some fun. All right. See you guys next week after 9 more stress tests. Later.